What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am here for the first of many individual War of the Spark pre-release kit, pack, whatever you want to call them, openings. Like I said, this is the first of many. We did do, technically, a group of them all at once and at midnight, at the midnight pre-release itself. But with these videos, if you are new to the channel, what I like to do when I open up individual pre-release kits is open them up, take a look at the cards that I get, and then come back, and I will have made a deck, and we can talk about, as the deck tech portion of this video, talk about the deck that I made and why I made that particular deck out of the cards that I got in the kit. As you saw, I got the black die. That's cool. I think the only one I'm missing is the green one. So, but I've got, like I said, a bunch of kits to open. We've got bundles, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys can enjoy. We have the other inserts and things that they have in kits. And if I zoom in, you guys have seen pre-release kits before, I'm sure. I am going to be giving this code away, but I will do that at a later time in the video. Here is the devil token that you will see later on, like I said, in this video, for that code to be given away for the for a free draft. I guess, a traditional draft on MTG Arena. And our first promo, our promo foil Planeswalker. I guess I should just open the container, shouldn't I? Or the wrapping here. You get a promo foil Planeswalker and a promo foil rare or mythic, and I guess the Planeswalker can be rare or mythic as well, but is more likely than not going to be uncommon, like our current, which is Tybalt, Rakish Instigator. Not a bad foiling pattern on Tybalt at all. The background, his eyes and mouth, and some of the things on his belt are actually pretty cool. And our rare or mythic promo is Tomic, Distinguished Advocist. This is a fine card just because it's a 2/3 flying for 2 in limited. That is about as far as you're going to get with this card. I think the only other thing is, like, New Horizons can't be put on your opponent's lands. So there's that. Like, that's like the one benefit for you in limited for it, but otherwise it's still just a 2/3 flyer. If you're blue-white skies or anything really white that you can handle double white, this is not a bad card. I'll actually zoom in a little bit more for you. And we start with the packs themselves. We have Teferi on the front of this one. Let's see what we get. If you did watch our midnight video, which I encourage you to do, I am owed some stuff out of this set, so let's see what we can do. I start with a Pouncing Lynx, a Stealth Mission, Honor the God Pharaoh, excuse me, a Crunch Wrangler, Tithe Bearer Giant, Defiant Strike, an Erratic Visionary, Guild Globe, Chandra's Pyro Helix. Cool art on that card. Unlikely Aid, fun story moment here. A Gleaming Overseer is the first uncommon and a very nice card. And Ugin's Conjurant is the second. Arguably can go into any deck no matter what colors we choose, if it makes the cut, that is. And either a Planeswalker or not. Let's find out. It is Watley, the Sun's Heart. So this can go in a green deck, a white deck, or a version of both. So, and I mean, the card's okay. You kind of have to build around her to make her, like, amazing. Oops, sorry, a little too much. Come on now. There we go. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Watley. She's a card. She's just fine. Behind Watley, our rare or mythic is a Spark Double. Also not a bad card. I would definitely put this in the deck if we're playing blue at all. We can duplicate Planeswalkers, we can duplicate creatures. It's very cool. So, behind Spark Double, do we have a foil? I think we do. No, we do not. I lied to you all. It is a forest. Okay, we have a forest. That's not bad. And then behind the forest, a zombie token that you get, I believe, from Liliana. I could be wrong. I believe she makes those for you. Speaking of Liliana, hey look, it's Liliana. Inside of this Liliana pack, we start with a Goblin Assailant. So far, nothing kind of pulling us in any direction with this deck yet, at least that I can tell. Makeshift Battalion. Now that I say that, I mean, white's not terrible, but still. Kasmina's Transmutation, fine card. Dusk Mantle Operative. a Snare Spinner, Aven Eternal, that's a good card, a Burning Prophet, I like that card quite a bit, Obnixilus's Cruelty, speaking of good cards, wow, Jaya's Greeting, wow, some good ones all in a row at this point, now that I've mentioned that I don't know which direction we're going in, they give us a bunch of good cards, a Totally Lost, Fibblethip on top of the statue, a Cyclops Electromancer. If we're in the spells deck, this card is great. It's our first uncommon. A second Gleaming Overseer. Well, okay, maybe that's a good direction for us. And a Kasmina Enigmatic Mentor. Very cool. I think blue is starting to look pretty good. What do you guys think? Spark Double, Double Gleaming Overseer, Kasmina? Yeah, that seems pretty great. Let's see if this rare or mythic, the next one, helps us out. It is a Mobilized District, so it technically helps us out because it can go in any deck at once. So yeah, Amy correctly points out that this is very much the movie Us. If you didn't see that movie, go watch it, because that is totally what this looks like. Behind Mobilized District, a Mountain, and a Zombie Army token, and this is the biggest of the 3 Zombie Army tokens, which, from what I've seen at least, is like the rarest one to get, so that's really cool that we got that. I like that. We have Teferi on our next pack. In this Teferi pack, we start with Kiora's Dambreaker, Raging Crunch, Gideon's Sacrifice, spoilers, Soren's Thirst, Heartfire, Pollen Bright Druid with some sweet colors. Really, really cool looking. A Guild Globe again. Chandra's Pyrohelix again. Davriel's Shadow Fugue. A Sunblade Angel. 6 mana, but still very cool abilities, and it's our first uncommon. Devouring Hellion is the second uncommon in this pack. And, is it a walker? It is. It is Angrath, Champion of Chaos. So if we're going with the Gleaming Overseers, we can totally put Angrath in, because that is, we can just use it as double black. So there you go. Here is Angrath for you. And our rare or mythic is a Tulzamir, Friend to Wolves. I love this card. I have a personal connection to this card. It probably doesn't make the cut in the deck, although we were talking about white, but that is double green, so it is not possible to splash, really, if we're not getting any good green stuff, which nothing really jumped out at me so far in green. But I do love Tulzamir. I think the card is cool. If you get Arlen's Wolf, it is a pretty cool combo with it as well, and or Arlen, because she makes wolves. So yeah, that's a really good combo with Tulzamir. And if I get the Voja token, I'm going to be super happy because I love me some Voja. Behind Tulzamir, this time we have a foil, and it is, oh, very cool. Wow, look at that. That is a sweet foiling pattern. So it is not a promo. I mean, we can technically, in one of the other videos, just get a promo Wanderer, since you get a promo foil Planeswalker in every kit, but this is a, first of all, gorgeous foiling pattern. My God, the sword, like, her hat and her shoulder and her like belt in the middle there, the background, that is a fantastic foiling. I love that. And it's a foil Wanderer, a foil uncommon in this pack. Very, very cool. A Swamp behind that. This is like one of my favorite Swamp arts. And an Assassin token that you would get from Vraska. Very interesting stuff so far. I like it. We move on to a Gideon Pack. We are halfway through, and we're getting some pretty good stuff for a deck. No mythics yet. I would love some mythics. I have not had luck with mythics in this set. We shall see. We have an Ashiok Skulker, Honor the God Pharaoh, Rising Populace, Primordial Worm, Kaya's Ghost Form, Wall of Runes, Arlen's Wolf, I was just talking about this card, with Tulzamir. So technically it exists now. We can at least debate playing it that way. We have an Iron Bully, a Callous Dismissal, Jace's Triumph is our first uncommon. Really badass looking Jace there. We have a Rally of Wings as our second, and a Planeswalker in Jiang Yanggu, Wildcrafter. as our third uncommon, and again, an uncommon Planeswalker, which means our rare or mythic is Krenko, Tin Street Kingpin. This card is very good if you want to be in the aggressive deck, which definitely works in this set. The aggressive deck is definitely a thing, and while this format is relatively slow, if you can get the right cards to be aggressive enough, this guy, I got run over by this guy on draft this past weekend. So, yeah, this guy can definitely do work for you. You get a counter on him. You start attacking, like, you know, these goblins will definitely run you over if they want to. Behind Krenko, we have another foil, and it is a Vraska's Finisher. So, just a common foil. I think it's going to look kind of cool, though. Yeah, wow. Between Ultimate Masters and this, like, they are stepping it up with the foiling patterns. That is so cool looking with her hair. Fantastic. I love that. Very, very awesome. I'm going to stop gushing over it so we can keep looking at the rest of these cards, but that's a cool Vraska's Finisher. Behind that, we have an island and a wall that you would get from Teo. Speaking of tokens, we have this Devil token. So if you guys are unaware of how this works, go on to MTG Arena. The first person to get this, as long as you have not used one of these codes yet. If you have, this will not work for you because you only get one per account. But as a thank you to our viewers, here is the code. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoy. We have 2 packs left, to be fair. We have a Gideon Pack. Inside of the Gideon Pack, I always love the look of this card. This zombie Manticore, the invading Manticore to be specific. Gideon Sacrifice again. Naga Eternal. Ward Scale Crocodile. Dusk Mantle Operative. Sarkhan's Catharsis. Bloom Hulk, very nice card. Saheeli's Silverwing. I do not hate this card. I think it's fun seeing your opponent's reactions if they play it and look at the top card of your library, just to try to see if you can look in their eyes to see, you know, if they pick the card up and put it down very quickly, it's likely a land, but if they, you know, see if you can catch their facial expressions to see if you have something good coming up that they're going to want to have to deal with, or don't want to have to deal with, I should say. Another Obnixilus's Cruelty, very nice. Only the second one, though, but still. A Totally Lost again. Paradise Druid, very cool, is our first uncommon. A Firemind Vessel, interesting card, is our second uncommon. And we have another Wanderer. So we get 2 Wanderers in this kit. 1 foil, 1 non-foil. White is definitely still an option. Obviously, we were looking at blue-black, but we're not married to it as an option. We could do blue-white as well. And maybe splash black for those 2 cards. But our rare or mythic is a Bioessence Hydra. So if we had a good number of Planeswalkers, this would be a nice card to add in. To be fair, it could just be a 5-mana 4/4 trample, but still, it gets much better with Planeswalkers, and it's a really, really sweet-looking card. Behind Bioessence Hydra is a Mountain and a Zombie Army token, this one the smallest of the 3. We have 1 pack remaining. It has Liliana on the front, the main lady of the set. And inside of this last pack, let's see what we can pull together in this last one. We have a Crushed Descent, Chain Whip Cyclops, Teo's Light Shield, a Spark Reaper, Forced Landing, Wanderer's Strike, so we have 2 Wanderers, and now we have her Strike as well. This is a great card. Heartfire, again. Mana Geode. A lot of fixing in this kit. I wish I had this much fixing in my drafts recently, but that's really cool. A Pollen Bright Druid, again. Davriel's Shadow Fugue again. Bond of Discipline is our first uncommon. Not a huge fan of the bonds. Just not. Like, flavorfully, I love them. As cards in kits and decks and stuff, I'm not a huge fan. But here's Bond of Discipline as the first uncommon. Vizier of the Scorpion is the second. Yeah, we could... I wasn't keeping track of how many different Amass cards we had, but we could make some sick Amass decks. Or a sick Amass deck, I feel like, with all these uncommon things that help us out. And and invade, jeez, and invade the city. Again, we're probably not red, but still, and invade the city. Which means our rare or mythic Planeswalker as our final card is Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Even if we're playing blue, this doesn't really help us out that much. We're not necessarily going to be trying to deck out, and I don't think we're going to be trying to mill out our opponents either. Jace is interesting. I like the design space of this Jace, but I don't think we could really make it work in our deck. But behind Jace, we have a Swamp, another, like I said, I love this Swamp art, and a Dragon token that you would get from Sarkhan. So guys, hold on 1 second, and I will be right back with what deck I made. So, here is what I came up with. It is definitely not perfect. You kind of can't even see this. I wasn't even talking about the displaying, but you kind of can't even see this Burning Prophet up here. It's not perfect. There were some tough decisions to be made, and this kit was kind of all over the place. I ended up going with 3 colors, despite the fact that I'm much more comfortable with 2, even though from what I have heard from people who played a lot more pre-releases than I did, they were saying that it seemed like the best thing to do in this sealed format was just to kind of go for everything. And with the fixing that I had, maybe I should have, and maybe you guys who are more experienced can let me know. Should I have just done that? Should I have taken my Mana Geodes and my Guild Globes and my Firemind's Vessels and my the Druid that I had, the Hexproof Druid when it's untapped in green, and just gone for it? I didn't have any New Horizons or anything, but there was still plenty of fixing going around in this kit that I could have definitely just tried to do, like, you know, play the best things, play 5-color, play the best things in each of those colors, and then just go for it from there. And maybe even find out that there was just maybe nothing good in white, for example, which is a lie, because we know that's a lie. But you know what I mean. Like, find a color that just maybe didn't get there well enough, and just use that. But so here's what I came up with. I came up with this Grixis deck that I don't love, to be completely honest. I think the 3-drop slot is huge, hence why it's all slanty and everything else is not. The 2-drop spells or non-creature spells over here are fine, I think. But our low-end creature-wise and our high-end creature-wise is, and high-end in general really, is not much. Here we have a semi-amass theme, as well as a theme of spells matters a bit, with things like the Cyclops Electromancer and the Invade the City that care about spells, but to be fair, Invade the City then amasses, so it goes along with things like the Vizier of the Scorpion, the Double Gleaming Overseer, Aven Eternal, etc., that can amass. We have Crushed Descent to do that as well. So there is a mass. Callous Dismissal does it too, and Invading Manticore at the top end. So we can do some amassing. We can have them have Death Touch and Menace and things like that, and Hexproof, which is not bad. We can Spark Double maybe a Gleaming Overseer or a Vizier of the Scorpion or something like that. We could do it on Kasmina. We could do it on Invading Manticore. There are a lot of different options for what we could Spark Double with. But there were a lot of cards that we ended up leaving on the table. For this deck in particular, I'll say, one of the cards that I didn't play that I was a little surprised by, but that I ended up cutting in the end, was our promo friend Tibalt. And I know there's the meme that Tibalt is bad and he's the worst Planeswalker and etc. But what do you guys think? Should I have played this Tibalt? Should I have played the 5-color deck? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the opening, what you think of this deck. I still have not opened my second Mythic on camera for this entire set, so definitely stay tuned to the channel and see how many packs I can possibly open before opening a second Mythic, because my god, it has been a long time, and I would love to get some Mythics from this set because they seem pretty sweet, and I just have not gotten that lucky. So definitely tune back in when you can. Subscribe. That button will be popping up on the screen. You can click that, tap that, whatever you will do to subscribe to the channel. That helps us out a lot, but it also lets you know when more of our videos come out, and if you enjoy them, hopefully you can just keep watching. We would appreciate it. And like I said, let us know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. from the Geek for All YouTube channel, I have been Joe. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.